Hello everyone, my name is Jana and today I'm together with my dear friend Kana. She's coming from Japan especially for this nice chat together. Welcome Kana.
Thank you.
We are together in Amsterdam at a very interesting place, I would say. We're in an old boat on Brouwersgracht in Amsterdam and it's super cozy. And I wanted to invite Kana so we can share with all of you how we met, how we ended up working together. Yeah, welcome Kana.
Thank you.
How did you find Amsterdam so far?
So last time I was here in winter time and then this time is summer. So
Yeah.
It's so beautiful, everything is so colorful, weather is perfect and the food is very fresh.
Yes.
And yeah, I really like this city so much now.
We spent also the weekend together and we had lovely sunny days. At the moment it's rainy, but we're cozy here and we're going to have a cup of tea and chat a bit. So, do you want me to pour?
Yes,
yeah?
please.
Let's have. Today I prepared the white label for our conversation because it's more warming, it's soothing with the cinnamon flavor. And this will be our companion for our talk. Here you are.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So how do you actually drink tea in Japan? Japan is such a tea culture. So how do you like to drink your tea?
So for us, tea is like water. It's depend on the person, but
Yeah.
personally, me, I drink tea more than water. So we make like a pot in the fridge. We make green tea, roasted tea, like depend what you like. But for me, normally I use green tea and roasted tea and barley tea to
Nice.
make it and cool it all the time. So we drink
Cold.
like a water, like also when we eating food, when we come back from outside, for
Yeah.
us, a tea all the time.
No sugar, no honey,
sugar,
nothing. Yeah, very nice. To be honest, I do the same with at home. What I do, I prepare a big pot of tea and I just put it on my desk where I would work. And throughout the whole day, I have tea,
Yeah.
and I don't need to put any additional sweetener.
Yes, yes. For us, yeah, we don't put any sugar or milk, just tea itself.
Yeah.
Yes.
And please tell me a bit more about yourself. So, how did we meet? I think many people are very curious how we met.
First of all, my husband
Yes.
and your brother met. We work in the same company. And then somehow they, talk a lot of things.
Yeah.
He like filming. Your brother just talking about this RoseTulip product. And then, first of all, we met in Dubai to do some very nice commercial video with RoseTulips. That's how I met your brothers. I don't really remember in the beginning how we
Started communicating.
yeah.
I think thanks to Instagram and social media, we managed to bond with Kana, and we started discussing ideas how we can introduce RoseTulips to Japan. So at the moment, Kana is really helping us and guiding us with the process of entering Japan. We supply and serve our customers with online sales to Japan, but our ambition is that we also place the products in boutique stores, in beauty salons, and Kana is helping with getting a license. Japan is a very, I would say, protected market and specific, especially for tea. So there are strict regulations of the products that you enter, and we're almost there, I would say.
Almost, yes.
We're almost there. But Kana, please tell me, how did you start traveling? Because you mentioned this is one of your passion, traveling.
Yes. So my first time I go outside was when I was, I think, 18 years old.
Yeah.
I couldn't speak English, but I wanted to see the world.
Nice.
Because I feel like Japan is very packed because a lot of, we have some international people living in Japan. My hometown is a little bit south.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get out and then see what's the different culture and all the background. So first I went to Thailand.
Thailand was your first
Yes.
trip.
And
Nice.
Cambodia for 2 weeks. So that was my first experience. Even though I couldn't speak English at all, somehow I could communicate
Yeah.
with everyone. And I feel so enjoying, see the different cultures, temple, food, people are so interesting.
Yeah.
And then after that, whenever I have a summer leave, like a long vacation for my school, what's called?
The holiday.
Holidays,
Yeah.
yeah. So I try to go outside and see more things, and that's how I end up,
Yeah.
always going different places all the time.
So you were very, let's say, curious, but also courageous, I would say,
Yes.
to travel by yourself. So, Kana, how did you start learning English?
So first of all, I was learning English at the school in Japan, but we don't learn speaking and listening. We learn grammar and writing.
Yeah.
And then when I went to Thailand, I was a little bit shocked that I could communicate, but I cannot really talk to anyone. And then I wanted to become cabin crew. That was my dream.
Yeah.
So I went to Australia for 10 months. I went to the language school, and I took an English teacher license there because I thought when I become an English teacher, maybe my English should be good.
Yes.
So that was my goal in Australia. So I enjoy a lot working at a coffee shop in Australia, living 9 different people there. We had a huge share house.
Yeah.
So I was trying to talk different type of the person all the time. And after that, I go back to university, I graduate. Then I went to Qatar to work as a cabin crew. And that was the time my English was not enough, but I tried to communicate with everyone. Then my English is getting, a little by little improving every day.
How long did you spend in Qatar?
I think it's
cabin crew?
almost 1 year,
Yeah.
exact 1 year. Then I moved to Dubai again as a cabin crew. And now don't be shy to speak out in English, and I really enjoy speaking a lot of different type of people, even in Dubai or outside of
Nice.
any country. Yeah.
I think you mentioned something very important, that you felt that whenever you learn something then and can teach someone else, then truly means that you know it. I think this is the best that confirmation that you know that you truly have the skill
Yeah.
when you can teach other people to apply it.
Yes.
Nice. So what kind of students do you have now?
So now currently, because of COVID, I had a lot of time. So I decided to do the English teacher because I have license. So I have a lot of different type of the customer or student.
Yeah.
And not now, but I used to have a kid, 6 years old and 9 years old, until I would say like 6 years old man want to still learn English. I was so happy that they're still passionate to learn something new. So of course I have some university students, people are still working, but try to look for the opportunity to work outside of Japan. And some of them want to become cabin crew. So I'm teaching a lot of English and the way how to communicate in interview. So.
And is it common for Japanese people to travel outside Japan and to work abroad?
Not really, maybe, but because of we have a huge population. Whenever you go, there's some Japanese everywhere. But I think we are a little bit scared to go outside because Japan is very comfortable place, safe.
Indeed.
Yeah, but stuck in the island could be a little bit, you feel a little bit bold to be there. So from my experience, going outside was such a exciting and inspiring from every single thing that I see. So I want them to experience the same thing.
So you're helping young people to follow their dreams and not be limited by not knowing a language or being scared. That's, I think, really remarkable what you do. Probably they have also a lot of questions about the life outside, and you guide them.
Yes.
Personally, I've been to Japan 2 times and I loved it. I would return anytime I have a chance. I find it really peaceful, very beautiful. The food is delicious. So for me, it was eye-opening to travel around. Also beautiful nature. I love them. And how do you now combine all the work that you do as a cabin crew? So you're having flights, you travel, then you teach English. but you're also a blogger. You have your
Yeah.
YouTube. So how is it the blogging?
Okay, so whenever I have time, I want to do something. Like, of course, someday I was sitting down the sofa watching Netflix, but
Yeah.
I prefer to do something.
Be active.
Yes. So depends. Let's say I'm in Amsterdam now. We film a lot.
Yes.
After this trip, I'm gonna stuck into the editing and posting and showing how Amsterdam is amazing. And then whenever I have extra time, yes, I try to look for more students. But I have enough. So now, they need a balance. If I
Yes.
have a lot of students, I focus on more that time for teaching. Whenever I have extra time, I focus on more blog or say something on the social media.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how I manage everything, but what I do all the time, waking up in the morning, I always write it down what I'm gonna do. I always write the time as well.
The Dear Diary,
Yeah.
writing down.
Yeah, and I do the diary as well. This
Yeah.
is the only thing I do when I was high school. I wrote it down what's happened, what's my plan, what is my dream. I make it yearly, monthly.
That's
5
nice.
years myself what I want to be in the future. So for me, diary is very important. Yeah.
So this is your kind of a method to keep track, but also keep your focus on your goals.
Yes.
You've also traveled a lot in Europe. Where is your favorite place?
It's so difficult to choose only one because I thought Amsterdam was for me like I had a different impression before, but this time completely changed my mind.
You managed to charm.
Yes. So yeah, I love here. I would like to come back here again, and also it's so difficult. Italy because I love food there.
Yes, Italian food.
Yes, and I like to see the traditional, like a building or like a heritage place because my major was international culture, so I like to know more history and culture and religion. That's why whenever they have some traditional things, I love to go and see and learn. So I don't know, I want to go more and it's so hard to decide.
We also need to mention that Kana's husband is John. He's actually behind the camera at the moment, helping us a lot, and he's from Iceland. So both of them spent a lot of time exploring Iceland, and for me it was amazing to see the videos that you had. You had the Aurora Borealis. So tell us a bit more about your Icelandic experience.
So we were there for 8 months.
Wow, that's
I think, yes. And it was such a nice experience because summertime, the sun is not going down. Winter time, it's only forward, the sun is out. So I feel like I'm really in the planet or Earth because they don't have a lot of big building and they have so many nice nature. Volcano is erupting now. I see glacier, northern light. I feel like this experience is super special and you cannot really have this experience other country. So now I really feel appreciate all those nature and how I am here because when I'm in the city, sometimes I lost myself. Everything is going on around me. But in those nice nature places, like I feel I'm so grateful and I could calm down and see, like step back and see around what's going on in my life, and it was such a nice time there as well.
I agree with you. Connecting with nature really balances us, and we become more true to ourselves, and we connect with our mind, peaceful mind. Great. True. So about the RoseTulips tea, which flavor do you like the most?
So for me, white label or yoga label, because for me, I love to drink tea every time, before sleep, afternoon, of course morning as well. So I start morning from pink or black because they have I don't want to talk about caffeine, but I don't want to take a caffeine before I sleep. So I drink that fresh, moment. But the afternoon, I always go for the white or yoga label, more relaxing.
So we've picked the right label for you for today. Nice. And can you share about some rituals that, because you said you studied culture, international culture. So in Japan, what kind of rituals do you have for self-care?
So nowadays, let's say yoga is very famous, and reading the book is also one of the way. But for me personally, I do meditation when I'm really cannot focus or out of mind. So I go for meditation. But for me, not like a daily, because I want to do something. So, and also in Japan, I think some people really don't have a time for the self-care because we are working too much. And I don't really see the people are doing self-care. So for me, through this project, I want more people to have the time for self-care. Like love yourself first, think about you first, then you can help others or work for someone. So for me, yes, I see, Europe or any other country more focus on their time. But for us, we are working too much. We are trying to help others, but they forgot themselves. So I think this is not good. So yeah, I want to more speak out, try to do self-care for more person.
That's very important. Also for the mindful moments charges us, and I agree with you that you should not forget yourself, because if your cup is full, only then you can share it with other people and you can help other people.
True. I totally agree.
Yeah. So Kana, you mentioned that you help people define their goals and follow their dreams with your advice, but also with teaching them English. So can you tell me a bit more about the Japanese people that want to follow their dreams, but maybe something stops them? What is your impression so far?
Oh yes. So 20% Japanese person only got the passport. It means like 80%. Yes. So 80% of people are stay in Japan. Of course, traveling inside Japan is exciting, but I want to, not the promo, but I want to tell them that try to go outside. You see everything. You learn more different things, so that you can go back. Don't just think that the inside of Japan is the best or good. You never know unless you go outside.
Traveling enriches us.
Yes. Of course, I love Japan so much, but I still like to see and know more different things. So that's one of my mission myself. That's why I'm posting so many different stories from different countries to show through the social media. And of course, I get so many questions, and they say, "Oh, I want to be like you." And then now I want to help them to pass all the interview or English test or whatever. That's why it's kind of connecting to all my ambition to Japanese people try to go outside more and see the world. I think that's very important as well.
That's great. So you inspire them by your example.
Yes. I try always posting so many different types that we don't see inside Japan. But through those, social media, Instagram, YouTube, and everything, they can see it. And then they think something at least,
And do you see yourself returning to Japan to live?
Not now at this moment, because I'm really enjoying living in Dubai and go to the different spot. And I'm thinking to live out Iceland after this, because I really enjoy there as well.
Perfect.
But could be there's any chance I want to go back, but so far I don't think they go back.
So next interview will be in Iceland. I think. Great, looking forward to that. And do you like to read books?
I do, especially when I travel, because airplane, train, we don't have Wi-Fi. I have a lot of extra time, so I always take my Kindles with me. And try to read as much as I can.
Perfect. Yeah, indeed, we need places where we can disconnect from internet, and in airplane sounds like a perfect location.
Yes.
Great. And do you have a favorite book?
So it's so hard to pick one, but recently these few years, I like to read a business book. Everything is in Japanese, but there's one or two my favorite business guy. They always try to find a new type of the business. So how they think is new world is gonna be so inspire me. So I always need to think outside the box.
Yeah.
So I always get something very new that we never ever think about. So I like
Different inventions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those are books that they already wrote it down how their business is successful or how they promote, how they could manage for the finance. I really like to know how they did it.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I really enjoy reading those books so much.
To be honest, I also love reading, but more I take it from the side of biography. So the biography of Elon Musk or biography of Chanel. So different inspiring personalities.
Yes.
And then you learn how they started their business. So I would love to get this recommendation from you. Later you can send. Great. And what is your vision for the future? Now you live in Dubai. You might move soon to Iceland. How do you see yourself developing further?
So, because being cabin crew was my big dream when I was young. So I'm reached that point. So for me, it was a little bit difficult to think about next step. But because of this COVID time, I start teaching English, teaching this cabin crew interview. Then I really like it to teaching someone as well. So it could be some option. I don't really decide the one, but when I go back to Iceland, maybe I could go to the Master University, learn more, and could be I want to be a maybe professor to teach more,
nice.
or I can more focus on social media like YouTube and social media, and then maybe not in the university. I can more teaching some of my experiences, what to do. So I don't really decide one, but of course like telling my experience, teaching and helping the student, it could be my one of the ambition.
Great.
To
sharing your stories and showing people what they can do, showing them possibilities.
Yes.
And Kana, what would you advise your 18-year-old self if you have the chance?
So I was very shy, and then I didn't have any confidence myself because I didn't have anything. 18, you just graduate high school, but I just gonna tell her that just try what you want to do and try what you feel interesting, because if you stop yourself, if you give up that you wanted to do, in the end you don't make it anything, so you don't have a confidence. So having confidence is just you need to keep trying until you get it. Sometimes it's so hard to just continue that you don't get any result. But in the end, all those different experiences connected to one, then make it yourself. So I think just, try what you want to do. Just don't be scared. That's, I'm gonna tell her for other advice,
So be fearless and don't stop when you have obstacles. Perseverance. Great. Thank you so much, Kana, and it was a pleasure to have you here also in Amsterdam for a few more days. And I'm looking forward to continuing working with you. And I really felt that we are becoming more than just working on the tea, but it's friends. So thank you so much for this honest conversation.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for watching and for being with us during this interesting conversation with Kana. If you have specific questions for Kana or for me, please put them down below. We'll share the channel of Kana, also her Instagram, how you can follow her trips. It was amazing to hear from her, her perspective coming from a country that is quite different from Europe, but also quite close to our ambition to travel and sharing the same curiosity about the Western world. So thanks a lot once again. And till the next time when we have a cup of tea with another inspiring lady.